that there are MNS banners in Navi Mumbai that have warned non-Marathi people. This is a controversial banner that's displayed. We're putting that out on your screens as well, which says you've got to learn Marathi to live in Maharashtra. Raj Thackeray had a recent rally where he said, where also such banners had appeared. He'd also spoken and addressed non-Marathi people in general, saying better learn the Marathi language there. What is this? What is this undercurrent there about you need to learn Marathi to actually live in Maharashtra? The last time one thought and read the Constitution of India, you can live in any part of the country that you so desire. And that is your choice alone, something that's guaranteed by the Supreme Court, by the law of the land. So who is actually MNS? Who is Raj Thackeray here? And what is the petty politics around language that they continue to play every time there's a local election that springs up? And that's something I want to take to all the three guests. But before that, I want to get in my colleague Anuj, who joins us for more on this. Anuj, this messaging is not new, but the tone in which it's actually being delivered this time around is much sharper, isn't it?
Well, yes, the harsh or the aggressive tone of the MNS continues here as far as their assertion on the, Marathi language and the issue surrounding it is concerned. But, it is again important for us to understand that where did this entire episode begin? It all started in the month of April when the government of Maharashtra introduced a GR making Hindi the third compulsory language here in Maharashtra. Of course, it received a lot of backlash back then, and the government was prompt to withdraw it, but only for time being, as they reintroduced the same GR with a small update saying that Hindi would not be a compulsory language, but it will be the default third language. And following that, we are seeing that the political row that has begun in Maharashtra continues and has turned slightly violent, in parts of Mumbai city, especially in the last 15 to 20 days. This entire matter began with what happened in Mira Bhayandar, where, an individual allegedly disrespected Marathi, and that was met with severe criticism. Even Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray themselves, while addressing a rally on July 5th, did not completely condemn this act, but in a way fueled it by saying that those who disrespect Marathi should be treated in the similar manner. Mm-hmm. Now, MNS, knowing that it is creating, a bandwidth for itself, where it is able to mobilize the Marathi vote share to as much extent as possible, considering that the last few elections, haven't been the greatest for them, they are trying to make the most of it with the use of such posters across the MMR region.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and I really appreciate you joining us live on this story. And let me take that to Amitabh, Anish and Susiben for more on this. Amitabh, let me start with you again. What is this? How long are we going to keep having this same narrative that these parties play around every election that comes up, which is Marathi language? Of course, languages, cultures are far bigger than a single person, but you can't trivialize it for political gains. And for how long will this keep going on?
Yeah, I think that's the bigger issue, because all languages need to be respected. People living in Maharashtra who do not know Marathi, they ought to learn it. It's good to learn it. However,
you can learn any language you want, but it can't be the way in which it's being told.
This we have seen in Karnataka also, in some branches of banks where people have pressurized the SBI bank guys to speak in the Kannada language. But what is really the issue is, as you said, is not the learning of the language or the pride of the language and the culture. It is rather linked to the politics of the BMC elections, which is upcoming, and also of the a battle to claim the legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray, because Eknath Shindeji's party has won the round for the legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray very clearly in the Vidhan Sabha elections.
Yes.
So the two brothers now perhaps wish to reunite to take this legacy back or to reclaim lost ground. And this is one of the Hindi imposition or the GR, which a reporter was mentioning about, perhaps is one of the causes which have led to their coming together. And there is a section of people, of course, amongst which you can call is the Marathi Manus, is fairly wants the two brothers to reunite, to also, because they feel that injustice has been done to the party. But that's again at the party level. It's just that the language has been used as an excuse for all of this.
Indeed. And this politics of diminishing returns, and I say this because election after election, this is not helping either of the two Thackeray brothers. So they can keep doing this, except that people of Maharashtra are beginning to see through it. But let me get in a response from the other two panelists on this as well. Anish, let me come to you first, and then I get in Ms. Shah as well.
Gauri, my simple contention is that these banners should be taken down. I agree with you. But who's in power? Who controls the municipal corporations? Who controls the state government? Who controls the central government? We've been having this debate for a week. Anuj has been covering it relentlessly.
Yeah.
He's been covering it expertly. And one thing that has been expertly pointed out is that this government is loath to take action. They're behaving like the opposition. You have a problem with this, please take action. You're in government. You're right. Amitabh is right. We got voted out. We've not maintained the legacy. Maybe my party has not maintained Pawar Sahib's legacy. Maybe Uddhav Thackerayji's party has not maintained Baba Sahib Thackerayji's legacy. But we're not in power. So those who are in power should do something about it. They keep turning around and pointing fingers to distract.
Banner is just one part of it. Hooliganism, where they go around slapping shopkeepers.
Gauri, illegal banners, I welcome the taking down of all illegal banners.
Of
Please,
course.
take my party's
But
banner.
it's not just about banners, is what I'm saying.
But please also ask, I would like to know from Susie Ben, does she disagree with the fact that Marathi should be spoken by people in Maharashtra? Does the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena not believe in the same principle? They should answer.
Should be spoken. You see, I will tell you this. Shiv Sena is committed to Hindutva. As we always say, that Hindutva is our soul and the Marathi language is our breath. And we are not denying.
No, but how do you respond to this?
Let me complete. Now, I do believe that you might not be born in Maharashtra or Mumbai, but let us understand this. Your Karma Bhumi, your Annapurna is Maharashtra and Mumbai. And therefore, there is no harm learning the language. After all the states were formed on linguistic lines. So a language to the people of particular state is very important, whether it be Tamil Nadu, whether it be West Bengal, or whether it be Maharashtra. What we are trying to say is that every person should make sincere effort to speak.
What happens if you don't learn the language?
No. So one second.
Just a second. Anish, one at a time. Anish, let's do this one at a time.
Sure. So
Susie Ben Shah, what happens if you don't learn the language? If let's say people don't learn Marathi.
We request them to learn the language, but certainly no violence unless and until you insult the Marathi language. While you don't speak the language, no problem. We will request you, we will cajole you, and we'll tell you how important it is to feel wanted, to feel a part of the Maharashtra culture and legacy of Maharashtra. But should you insult the language? If you don't know the language, theek. But you cannot insult Marathi. Should you insult Marathi, you have to pay the price. But yes, we are against violence. Lastly, I would like to say about the Marathi, the three language policy. Who was the person who introduced and approved in cabinet the Hindi should be introduced in the first standard? It was the UBT. You see the duplicity of UBT. While they are tom-tomming around, saying that Marathi should be spoken by all, their own MP who's gone to Rajya Sabha for 5 years, she's not spoken the language. How can you expect that every single person in Mumbai or Maharashtra should speak Marathi? What we can do is request them. But also, the people who don't know how to speak Marathi should not insult the language. Mahayuti is committed to the language. We have given the classical language status to the language.
That's okay. But language politics cannot define Maharashtra. That's the simple point.
Not.
But Gauri,
the people who are just trying to keep their head above the water.
I want to bring in Amitabh as well.
They have no agenda.
And then I get in Anish. Actually, first Anish who wants to come in, and then I want the last word from the neutral person, Amitabh. But yeah, Anish, quick point you wanting to make.
Gauri, I have 3 simple points to make. That this government cannot continue playing double dholki. People who are attacking others for
not speaking the Marathi
language. I have to be given a chance to speak.
Yes, Anish, yeah.
Go ahead.
The people who are not speaking Marathi, who are getting beaten up, the people beating them up, they can't take any action against. Now the double dholki continues to see people insulting Marathi, like Nishikant Dubey, who is a member of parliament from the alliance partner, who they refuse to condemn. And now there is a poster put up by the MNS that they refuse to take down. So if you have a problem with it, take it down. Why are they not taking it down yet? How long is it been up building? You can't do double dholki.
You can go on with this. I want to now get in Amitabh, which is that everybody plays the language political card when it suits them, Amitabh, and they decide against whom they can actually use it and against whom they cannot. And that's the status for all parties in Maharashtra, isn't it, Amitabh?
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotional issue, so regional parties will have to walk the tightrope. But as the others have also said on this, that any action on this aspect has to be taken by the government. Correct? The Mahayuti is in power, and if any action against violence, first of all, no violence should be done, as Susi Benji is herself agreeing to. And then, if anything is untoward is happening, then the action has to be taken by the government.
FIR has
See,
been launched.
all government.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish your point, Amitabh.
Yeah.
See, all governments essentially are the same. We vote for different parties, but here is a Mahayuti government implementing a decision of the MVA cabinet. I mean, why are you implementing it by? Correct. People have voted for Mahayuti. Why are you implementing a cabinet decision of
No, it's not.
MVA?
It's a new
You
education
should not have
policy.
implemented
Let us
it.
understand. No. Let us understand this. The GR, maybe we were not very forthright coming, specifically specifying in the GR. It was from the 4th and the 5th standard. It was always, whether it be Mahayuti, Mahagadi, it was always there. It was so worded that it felt that it was compulsory. But let me tell you this, Gauri, once and for all, it was the Maha Agadi Bigadi Sarkar had established a report. Dr. Mashelkar report was established. It has given way to three language policy. It was presented in the cabinet when Uddhav Thackeray was the CM. It was approved for the implementation. A GR was taken out, and in the same GR we are implementing. Now they have no agenda. They have no agenda. The only thing now they are harping is about the Marathi language.
No.
We are today, Anish will also agree with me, we are committed to the Marathi language. The Marathi language.
Everybody is committed to Marathi language. No one knows what happens if you do not learn the language in Maharashtra. When you are a non-Marathi speaking person in Maharashtra who doesn't have the cards stacked in their favor, how you get treated is the big issue. But at the end of the day, language politics in Maharashtra is only piquing viewers as the local elections are around the corner. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, all three of you, for joining me in this edition.